Hey guys, Dr. Jason Tirado, your West New York chiropractor. And, well, thanks for being here. And today we're going to talk about chiropractic and pregnancy, which may be kind of unusual to some people, but we're going to talk about why the two actually go together. So, if you are listening to this Facebook Live session, I want to thank you for being here. You're probably guessing, and you're probably curious about how chiropractic care and pregnancy can actually be used in the same sentence, right? I mean, maybe some people are fearful of things like that. You think you shouldn't get adjusted while you're going to a chiropractor. You know, some people feel that those two are kind of like taboo, and many people are usually kind of shocked when I tell them that it's actually a good percentage of my practice is dedicated to taking care of moms that are pregnant, as well as telling them that I adjusted my wife Daisy all throughout her pregnancy with both of our kids. And you know, my son Blade is 18 and my daughter Julie is 15 now, and they're perfectly healthy, and they've never been vaccinated either. And I'm real proud of that. And they never used antibiotics, and they're very, very healthy kids. But people get really freaked out when I tell them that I even adjusted my children, or actually even before that, I adjusted my wife while she was in labor, delivering the kids, and again after the children were born, to give them their first adjustments minutes after they were born. And people really freak out with stuff like that. And I'm sure that I'm a bit biased because I am a chiropractor, but thankfully, stuff like this is actually becoming much more mainstream today. I see a lot of European people that actually do that, but here in America, more and more people are starting to do that. And personally, I feel that moms and also the babies are all the better for it. I know a lot of other chiropractors that do this as well. I don't really have any official references for this. That's not what I'm here for, except for just the results with the moms that I have treated inside my office for well over 25 years. I think it's actually my belief that it's really vital for moms to get adjusted throughout their pregnancy and also beyond their pregnancy after they deliver. And since you're gradually adding like weight to your abdomen that causes things like lower back stress, your whole skeletal posture and your whole skeletal structure gets completely thrown out of whack for the duration of your pregnancy, which is usually 9 months. And things like this can really amplify bad spinal misalignments or bones that have moved out of place inside your spine. But let's kind of get a little bit more in depth as to why this is really important, and why it's important while you're growing this little human being inside of you. Look, this talk is really, it's not intended to diagnose, it's not intended to cure anything or treat any diseases or really even address any health concerns. This video is strictly just for educational purposes only, right? So this model, I'm going to show you this model in just a second. One second, I have it over here. Right? This model shows you a few vertebrae over here. Okay, you've got within your spine, and the vertebrae over here, these are your spinal bones right inside here, these white things here, and the red things inside here are these little slivers, these round things are actually sponge-like discs that cushion your vertebrae so that your bones don't actually rub on each other and cause pain, right? And the orange part that you see right inside here, coming right out of the side, well, that's the nerves that are kind of nestled safely in between your vertebrae, and these nerves send and receive signals to and from your brain to all the organs inside your body, okay? And when that perfect structure, and this really is a perfect structure, the way God made this, your vertebrae are perfect, your discs are like absolutely perfect, and you have these spinal nerves inside you that actually allow your brain to communicate, and it's just made so perfectly, right? And when that perfect structure is altered by things like, well, bad posture, or maybe carrying your baby on your hip, right, or sleeping funny, or sleeping with your baby, or sleeping on a pillow, right, crossing your legs, let's say breastfeeding your baby, which can be terrible on your lower back, your neck, or even worse things like, let's say, tripping or falling or carrying a purse the wrong way or for a long period of time, or maybe car accidents or sports problems, etc. I mean, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Those messages from your brain, right, are not able to send or receive properly to the nervous system. So it's sort of like a garden hose. Think of a garden hose with the water on full blast, right? The water goes out, but all of a sudden there's a kink inside the garden hose, and the water just can't get through the garden hose because why? Because there's some type of a blockage, some type of a kink inside the garden hose. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in later on. But just think about that. By the way, if you want, you could actually see a lot more examples of this stuff at my website, which is pregnantbackpainrelief.com. All right, it's called pregnancybackpainrelief.com. All right, just go to that and you'll see some more stuff. So anyway, this red, soft, round area here, that's your disc, right? And it's like a cushion. And the orange part over here are the nerves, which go to all the organs inside your body. All right, so the organs which are connected to that nerve, let's say it's not sending, or maybe it's not receiving the complete message to and from the brain because, let's say, this vertebrae has twisted, or let's say it's putting pressure on this nerve inside here, like a kink in the garden hose. Right? Well, that normally causes pain. Or people sometimes get sciatic pain, or they get numbness or tingling. And sometimes that could even be felt in other areas of the body and not even your spine. Right? So you might go to a doctor and you may treat the symptom of that pain, and you'll treat it unsuccessfully until you actually go to the source, which lies inside your spine. Right? So just think of it for a moment. Does that nerve have anything to do with that organ that helps grow your baby inside your body? Maybe it's that one nerve that represents your uterus, let's say, right? If you leave this untreated, or if you leave it unadjusted, what could actually happen? So I'm going to show you a bigger picture. If you take a look at the spine right here, right? This is your lumbar spine, and down here, these nerves go to all the organs inside your body. And if this vertebrae inside here gets twisted in some way, it'll kink this nerve, and the signals inside there could get delayed, or it could not get the full signal. And if that nerve is going to your uterus, think about how your uterus might be functioning. It won't be able to function to its fullest potential, right? I mean, it's really common sense. It's an oversimplification, but it really is common sense, right? So, and you need your uterus to grow your little one. And simply because, these messages are not being sent or received fully, the consequences of not taking care of something like this, or taking care of that bone that has that misalignment inside the spine, that might not reveal itself until you actually deliver your baby, right? And what could be the consequences? Well, it could be many different things. So, the bottom line is, going to a chiropractor and getting a simple adjustment, or maybe a series of adjustments, depending upon the severity or the years of your life without chiropractic care. I mean, this can actually help rectify the issue that's allowing your body to operate at its fullest potential, right? And it allows your body to operate to its fullest health while growing the baby inside your uterus. And that's what you want. You want your body you want your uterus to work completely properly so that your baby grows comfortably and healthy inside the uterus, right? So I really hope some of that makes sense to you, right? I hope it does. Because if it does, then I want to take a quick moment just to talk about how the pelvis benefits from chiropractic care, because we also adjust the pelvic area. So here is your pelvis right inside here, right? So let's take a look here. That's your pelvis, right? And your baby kind of sits right inside here, inside this pelvis, right? So just kind of take a look at how God kind of created the birthing canal inside here. Well, this would be the baby, right? You'll see that it's really designed with some cartilage, like right inside there. That's a little bit of cartilage, right? And that cartilage, right, stretches and it expands, right? And the cartilage connects these bones here, which are called your pubis bone. And during pregnancy or during labor, right, and even at birth, right, the body sends signals from the nervous system to this area to cause this area to stretch so that the baby can actually go through there, right? And when this starts to soften, well, then it's time for the baby to soon go through and make his arrival, right? And if there's a communication, think of it, if there's a communication kink somewhere within the spine, well, then those signals aren't going to be clearly communicated to the pelvic area. And, well, think about it. You'd be so much better off, by addressing some of these misalignments inside the spine, which are also known as bones out of place or subluxations. You'd be better off taking care of these problems well before the delivery day. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So, so this way your body can actually relax in its designed location. The spine can work properly, and the pubis can work properly, and the ligament and the cartilage inside there can stretch nice and safely. So when people ask me, hey, doc, is it safe to be adjusted during pregnancy? And I get that a lot. The analogy that I think of is I go back to what we were talking about before with that water hose. That's what comes to mind. Female bodies are created and they are designed to grow and carry a baby. And a chiropractor's job is to, just to kind of keep the spine in the correct alignment so a woman's body can really just kind of function to its fullest potential. Hey, Mike, good to see you. And during the most spine-altering 9 months of pregnancy, why would you ever think to neglect your spine? Right? Many do. Right? It's certainly a lot more important than your hair. It's important than your teeth. Right? And you take care of those things every single day. Right? You even take care of your nails. That's like deciding, not taking care of that, that's like deciding to stay home from the grocery store when you need some food. Why would you do something like that? Every parent can say that they only want the best for their children, they want optimal health for their child, once they are born. And, being under a chiropractor's care really, really allows you the ability to give your child the best optimal health while they are inside your womb. So for those of you that have listened up to this point, and I really thank you for listening up to this point, if you're pregnant, think about it. Did you see a chiropractor during your pregnancy? Now, after we talked about what we just spoke about, how do you feel about that, right? You know these things about chiropractic and pregnancy, right? Well, just think about that for a second, all right? Because it's important, right? That's all I've got to say. That's about it for now. I've got to get back to seeing a few patients. And I hope this session was informative. I really hope it was helpful. If you have any questions regarding pregnancy and seeing a chiropractor, I want you to give me a call, all right? Or you can, if you like this video, then I want you to just press like at the bottom. If you know someone that's pregnant and you think that this information might be important, then I want you to share this information by just clicking share and share it over to a friend. That's it for now. I'm Dr. Jason Tirado, your Western Area chiropractor, and I'll see you soon.